Okay, welcome everybody. This is your loving servant, the Unknown Light Warrior, and welcome to this rather interesting kind of off the beaten path kind of intervention that we've decided to do. It's not quite impromptu, but pretty close from the usual standard thing that we do. 2 hour, mass block removal, denial removal, energy surgery that we do every full moon and new moon. That's our standard. This is well, how can I put it? All about true revolution in the energetic sense. We have been asked to really not just expand, but really make the most out of the huge breakthroughs and successes of August, mainly. The Lionsgate period, which was the first real one in God knows how long. And of course, Cobra directed 1221 Ascension Portal, and we certainly made the most of it on the new moon just 2 days later on the 23rd, and that made quite a difference. And now we're really being shown or pointed directly at a huge opportunity to not even complete. It's still in the process of actualizing a huge energetic transformation. And we're going to jump straight into it. That's how big a deal this is. So if you're new, now's the time to really expand your consciousness. And you'll be shown how to tap into the immense power of your higher density aspects in a safe way, but open up your mind big time. Otherwise, get yourself settled if you haven't already. We're going up in literally 30 seconds. And all will be revealed once we're up there. So see yourself in a gigantic crystal ball and just stick to the protocol and motto of do, don't, think. Faint images always seem, and abstract images for that matter, always seem to work just as well, thanks to the godlike abilities of consciousness projection from this physical plane of this planet to out there, anywhere, not just other dimensions and planes. True godlike abilities. I'm going to help you truly actualize that. Everything you can imagine, quote unquote, is real. And I will help you unlock your immense powers of who you really are and the right hemisphere of your brain. So have, if you even need it, for those of us really stuck in our left hemisphere brain, you may need to utilize, quote unquote, blind faith and trust. And you do that by doing, not thinking, so that the right hemisphere of your brain literally weaves magic, literally collapses quantum waveform particles into whatever we see fit for actualized transformation that indirectly, in some cases directly, transforms this physical plane, this world, and our lives. See yourself in a gigantic crystal ball. Look all around. See the dark, translucent, silver wall of this crystal ball. See the golden light bodies or astral bodies of all your beloved fellow 144K brothers and sisters, dotting the inside of the equator of this crystal ball. Let's all call in Gaia. You can do that on your own if you have your own special connection with her, or follow along. Authentic Gaia, we call upon the one true authentic goddess Gaia. Please be here with us right here, right now. See Gaia in the middle. See the white polar ice caps, white clouds over the blue oceans. Call in your guides if you consciously work with any. Okay. Now, on one side of Gaia, see a faint sort of oval, in a horizontal sense, oval shaped, holographic, faint oval shaped Cooper belt, which is kind of like, it's sort of like the Cooper belt and a combination of the heliopause, as it's called. Basically the solar system. So the solar system, of whatever size you want, on one side, next to Gaia. It's going to be a faint holographic light grey image. You don't have to see the sun in the middle as a tiny little bright spark. You don't have to. But the Cooper belt, well, it's more like an oval-shaped thin shell that surrounds the solar system. And the solar system obviously having its own toroidal field. And the heliopause is kind of like the boundary where the solar wind from the sun meets and sort of meets in the middle, so to speak, and wanes and starts to get overpowered in one way from the galactic solar winds. All right, so a faint, slightly oval-shaped toroidal sphere will do. That's the solar system. Gaia next to us, and up we go through the layers of this universe. You notice the first few white layers of this universe. Before all you see is that soft, comforting, therapeutic, centering, flickering, calming, flickering light through the translucent walls of the crystal ball. And just hold that relaxed, completely non-trying vision of Gaia, predominantly Gaia, and to a degree the faint light grey toroidal shape of the solar system. As we zoom up the layers of this universe to a much safer place, among other things, to levels of light, authentic, outside of any and all simulations, illusions, and false light constructs, organic, true, authentic, source derived level of light that looks after, oversees the multiverses. That's where we're heading. Almost there. Take one last look all around you. Take that last look over to your far left and far right to see your next couple of beloved 144K comrades. The flickering light in the background. Gaia in the middle. Solar system next to her. And all of a sudden, everything goes bright white. It's so bright you have to squint your eyes as we reach and move through that last thick outer boundary of this universe. You can barely see Gaia in the middle, and let alone the solar system. And we are through. You see a big wall of light that is the universe that we just left. Rapidly did turn into a very small ball of light. And we rise above. A whole ocean of universes in this portion of this multiverse. And then that all turns into a ball of light, and we rise above a whole ocean of multiverses in this little neighborhood of the multiverses. And we continue to rise, take another glance at Gaia, the solar system. In the middle, the dotted golden ring. Your guides, if you have them. Otherwise, enjoy the show while I run through the usual standard protocols. Authentic, we call upon the one true authentic overseers of all multiverses, the hard. Outside of any false light construct and simulation, the real McCoy. Please make sure we go to you when no one else. True hard. And just shift your glance above Gaia and the faint grey, mostly oval-shaped solar system. And you look up and you see a point of white light way up in the distance, getting bigger and bigger and brighter and brighter. And we reach it, the whole roof of the crystal ball is lit up very brightly, and we come to a sudden yet somehow gentle stop, and we slowly and lovingly push through this thick platform of light. As it lovingly envelops the crystal ball, and we rise above. Closes at the bottom, opens up at the top. We rise above this very special, little known place. And we nestle gently, lovingly on this platform of light. We form a straight line. Behind, but above, Gaia and the solar system. And the crystal ball peels evenly and slowly from the top center, nice and slowly, to allow for the more relaxed acclimation and decompression, if you will, being in such a extreme high up place. It's can be a bit of a shock to the system if it's your first or second time, and it pulls evenly. And look up and see and feel and establish your own connection with these. It's actually 5 very, very translucent beings of light. You may simply see them as beings of light and just establish your connection with them. As with anything or anyone else, they have their own unique energy signature. Feel them to acclimate as well. Just being with them clears your field. Authentic Hive, can you please send us a massive wave of your energy so we can truly feel you to an undeniable, unmistakable physical level? And have a little bit of background consciousness on the center of your head, mostly, for most of us. Unless you're an empath or sensitive, in which case just hold on to your chair. Remember to breathe deeply and slowly through your nose. Very important that, not through the mouth. And know that this extra centering and calming is critical to accessing the now, which is the portal to your higher self and your soul and its purpose. Authentic Heart, can you please send us a massive wave of your energy to our hearts? Engage the heart center. And now just have a little bit of background consciousness on your chest or sternum in some cases. Remember to breathe deeply and slowly. Pay attention. Be in the now to naturally, instantaneously access your psychic abilities, whether you think you have them or not. This, of course, effectively already begins the mass meditation. All right. Shift some guidance to your guides if you have them. Otherwise, be here. See Gaia, the solar system. These managers of multiverses, while I quickly complete the protocols. We call upon the infinite army of the authentic amalgam. Alrighty. We call upon the elders of the amalgam. We call upon the team of beings that created this universe and the unique physicality. Presenting itself as one man. You can see him as a golden being of light off to the right, perhaps. Authentic Oberon is his name in this model. Stay in the now. All right, repeat after me. I call upon all of my higher density aspects, higher self. And it, or your true identity, will present itself as one single being. Place him or her where you want. Okay. Repeat after me. I call upon the entirety of my authentic soul and see this vast field of light, love, consciousness, mind as a star just up above the hod. Repeat after me. I call upon my authentic oversoul and see it as a bigger ball of light behind your soul, a different color if you prefer to differentiate. And lastly, I repeat after me, I call upon my authentic I am. And see an even bigger ball of light back to white, perhaps behind your oversoul. Connect. Alrighty. Authentic Legion of Light. There is Gaia. Right there. There is the solar system. We are the 144K, the channelers and conduits and conductors of extreme source, authentic source light. Please take us to the space of omnipresence so we can be on all planes and densities throughout the multiverse and omniverse at once. Now briefly see Gaia and the solar system. Your I am at a minimum, and everything goes bright white. It's so bright you have to squint your eyes as we are being transported to omnipresence throughout all that is, throughout the authentic source derived absolute and beyond that. And here we are. The bright light disappears, everything looks the same. Okay. Authentic Legion of Light. We have a situation. It is August 28th, 2025. We want to completely, radically, exponentially explode in all the most profound, authentic, organic, source derived sense. The extreme timeline upgrades and successes of August. As we step into the eclipse season. And it is August 28th. There's a big astrological event within the solar system. There is the solar system right there. And there's Gaia. We request a complete and full scan of anything and everything imaginable that is in the way of direct physical level contact between us and authentic galactic family and between this physical surface world of this third and fourth density and all positive off-world and in-earth forces of any density of the authentic true light only. The lurker implant remnants or implant remnants within all beings, physical and non-physical, throughout the solar system since 1996, need help removing these implant remnants that darkness is able to work through, causing risks and potential disasters upon any real attempt or major attempt for direct, overt physical intervention by galactic positive, authentic positive of the light galactic forces onto the surface here with us, affecting our everyday life and change the status quo. It is also come to our attention by the way, folks, look at the teams. Your I am at a minimum as I'm saying this. The so-called dark consciousness, generally referred to as the lurker, which is basically an omnipresent dark consciousness, dark energy, and possible any AI entanglements, hidden worlds, hidden universes, entanglements within quantum matter and atoms of the various densities and planes. They all seem to exert or infest a certain torsion field upon the Buddhic, atomic, and higher planes, causing lack of clarity and therefore shutting down decisive, correct, and safe action by authentic galactic forces of light. It makes everything murky, still a hindrance that galactic forces of the authentic light, outside of any simulation or false light construct, have trouble having to wade through. We ask for this to be completely resolved here and now. Okay. Now see Gaia and the solar system in quarantine spheres. Now with the solar system, remember you can always see or choose your color background of the quarantine sphere based on how your unique soul talents, purpose, and soul mission works, and based on what it is your soul's job to do at this time. That may or may not be underneath your conscious awareness. Otherwise, follow along. Actually, everybody, follow along. We're going to do this. Well, it's not quick, but to the conscious rational mind, it's going to feel quick. It's not. Because your right hemisphere brain can do this sleeping, to use that expression. So, give a nod to at least two of the teams, the HOD and your IM, at a minimum. All right, that's always the minimum. Place them, see them wherever it suits you. Visually speaking, quite important. Let's transform everything. Now, see the solar system. See the solar system in a very dark tone, violet sort of quarantine sphere. Okay, and the solar system, again, you can see there's a holographic light grey toroidal structure. Whatever it represents for you. Okay. So again, hold your I am and the HOD somewhere in the background of your consciousness to a 10% degree. Otherwise, visualize in whatever way works for you. Alrighty. Now see the solar system. And you don't have to repeat the following, but do without thinking before you get a chance to think. Because the so-called vision or answer is right where the intent is at. Okay. Or the answer is right where the question is asked. So, with that in mind, authentic Legion of Light, I am, and HOD. Show the torsion field within the Buddhic plane, all relevant densities throughout the solar system. and show all darkness presence, namely the lurker, but not limited to the lurker. Include all quantum and subquantum anomaly as well, or anything of a dark nature. Now, the quarantine sphere that the solar system is in, you can turn it white if you prefer, to be able to contrast the dark. See the quarantine sphere as predominantly toroidal shape, but sort of within the toroidal shape is like a. Many of you have seen those images online of like a donut within a donut within a donut kind of thing, and that whole thing is within the familiar toroidal field, kind of like that. See any and all darkness within the Buddhic plane, all relevant densities throughout the solar system. Whatever it is that you see, turn it white. You don't have to see it perfectly at all. Turn it white. And again, I suppose lurker consciousness is the primary focus, but not necessarily. Okay, so don't limit yourself. And now, all densities throughout the Buddhic plane, quote unquote, imagine this whole donut within a donut torsion field within the larger toroidal field or shape or structure of the solar system. So you turn white, really bright, clearing completely all forms or types of darkness presence, including lurker within the Buddhic plane, and it's very bright. Obviously, the sun directly in the middle, so it's going to help what comes through the sun, improve that. And bright, transmuting, and gone. And see a pristine magenta or violet torsion field throughout the solar system, the structure I described before. Now, switch over to Gaia. See Gaia's Buddhic plane, all relevant densities, Buddhic plane, instantaneously. So you don't have to make out the familiar physical vision of Gaia. Toroidal field, Buddhic plane, all lurker presence, consciousness, and anything else denying us galactic family contact. That's the algorithm. That's the intent. Whatever comes up, Buddhic plane, all densities, and turn it white. Change the background color of the quarantine sphere. If needed, white, transmute, removing all lurker consciousness among God knows what else throughout the Buddhic plane, torsion field within Gaia, and gone. See, magenta. Switch over to the quarantine sphere of the solar system again. Authentic Legion of Light. Do a quick refresh. Show the atomic plane, all relevant densities. Remove all darkness presence of any form, shape, or kind, especially in connection to lurker consciousness, lurker presence throughout the whole solar system. Turn it white. Hold. Again, change background color of the quarantine sphere around the solar system, and you transmute that thing. Take no prisoners, because now it's not the time. Atomic plane, all densities, all consciousness, dark consciousness of any form, shape, or kind, or presence, including AI, technologies, whatever, and gone. C, a stunning magenta or violet, whatever to you represents complete, authentic, organic source energy presence throughout the atomic plane. And relevant densities. Okay, seventh density is fine. Move, triple four, excellent. Move over, back to Earth. Hold the intent, request, algorithm, because your right hemisphere brain literally knows, and it'll know how to present it to your left hemisphere brain. Earth, torsion field, the natural torsion field / toroidal field of Earth, atomic plane, all dark presence of any shape, form, or kind. It's usually a lot more than just lurker. And turn it. Whatever comes up is whatever comes up. Don't try to work it out. It doesn't work that way. Because source doesn't need to work that way. We're extensions of it. Atomic plane, torsion field throughout Gaia. Got it. Turn anything that's going to be represented as black or dark grey into white. And as always, change the background colour of the quarantine sphere to differentiate as we clear all relevant frequencies and densities of the atomic plane, the torsion field within the atomic plane. And that's gone. Okay, she felt that. Good. And again, whatever color to you represents that natural, authentic, cleared, pristine Gaia, authentic goddess Gaia energy and consciousness and essence. That's what's going to be left. Violet or magenta or pink will do. Okay, move over to the solar system. Okay, good. We're going to do rapid fire. We've got 10 minutes left, and that's enough time. Solar system, authentic legion of light. Show all lurker and darkness, presence of any shape, form, or kind throughout the sixth density of this whole solar system. Got it? Again, turn it white before you even get a chance to think. That's the so-called secret. And turn it white, transmuting all lurker consciousness presence, darkness, AI consciousness presence, whatever the heck. Torsion field. Apparently we've got 22 minutes. Beautiful. You transmute that, mother, make it real bright. Sixth density. Hold. Okay. Hold that image of the white light throughout the sixth density, authentic legion of light, authentic all I am presences. Clear and transmute all non-physical planes throughout the sixth density as well as the physical plane. And if it works for your rational mind, you can see inwards and outwards pulsating, convulsing kind of violet magenta light moving within and throughout this bright toroidal shaped ball of light that is our light, our I am, the HOD, ultimately source, working through us, through our consciousness. Otherwise, it does not happen. And you don't mind waiting a few years, I do not. I choose not. and with your wife consent and agreement to wait a few years. That is completely unacceptable. Etheric, astral, sixth density, and physical, of course. And the white light now disappears throughout the sixth density, clearing all lurker consciousness among loads of other things, most likely. Okay, now move a wave of this stunning green, well, really it's emerald, stunning green emerald light through the sixth density. That's specifically designed to remove lurker consciousness, just for good measure, because we are the 144K. You can move it from the very center of the solar system, the sun, and moving outwards. Whatever works for you, you're the god or goddess. Honor that. Respect that. And let your egoic left hemisphere brain get over it if it has trouble grasping it. All right. Move over to the Earth, authentic legion of light, sixth density, physical and non-physical planes, primarily physical, clear the lurker and all darkness. Sixth density. All right, same thing. See, again, set that right hemisphere, higher self I am algorithm to showing only whatever is dark. Okay, so we're not just focusing on the lurker. It's the main focus, but certainly not exclusive. Sixth density, what comes up within the white quarantine sphere? And turn it black. Gotcha. Again, and once you turn it white, if you're new, you can always change the background color of the quarantine sphere to be able to differentiate between your natural, innate, transmutational white light of your consciousness, intent, and heart-centered, authentic love. To keep it simple. All right. Transmuting all lurker consciousness and darkness, AI, tech, whatever, has reached and penetrated into the sixth density. And zoop, see the white light disappear. Move green light throughout Gaia. Clearing. Lurker consciousness, emerald ray, throughout the field, torsion field, and toroidal field of Gaia. Physical and non-physical planes, sixth density. Move over to the right again, back to the solar system. Fifth density, let's make it happen. Same deal. Lurker consciousness and any form or type of darkness throughout the torsion field, toroidal field of the entire solar system. So again, turn the quarantine sphere back to white if that helps you to differentiate between dark and light. Fifth density. Torsion field. Whatever you see, turn it white. Hold. Change background color of the quarantine sphere to differentiate between your white transmutational light and the background. You know the drill now. Light up. Big time. Fifth density. physical plane initially, clearing lurker consciousness and any other form of darkness denying us, returning back to galactic family. F that for a joke. Let's make it happen, because this is what you're literally here for. See the white light transmitting everything throughout the fifth density, clearing all the lurker and any other forms of contamination, infection. There's still some AI left. All right, and see the white light disappear, leaving a magenta, violet, whatever to you represents complete source presence throughout the fifth density. Physical and non-physical planes now move the emerald green light through the toroidal field and structure of the solar system, removing lurker consciousness, clearing any form of darkness, denying us galactic family contact. It's okay if it's remote initially, that's fine. Okay, Earth, fifth density. Got it. See the toroidal sphere and torsion field within Gaia in the white quarantine sphere, fifth density. All darkness, once you turn it white, change the background color of the quarantine sphere as you see fit, if you even need to. If you're new, quote unquote, imagine it. It's the same thing. It's all consciousness, and consciousness is king when projected from this physical density of this particular nexus planet to anywhere out there. This is what it's all about. This is what we're here for. Simple as that. Fifth density, all lurker consciousness. All right. Now move to all the non-physical planes and watch it all disappear, gone. And see a violet or magenta goddess source representative color of a toroidal and torsion field of Gaia. Move over to the solar system, fourth density. We still got fourth density and third density, rapid fire. You know the drill now. Solar system, white quarantine sphere, fourth density, all darkness, namely the lurker consciousness, namely. Fourth density. Got it. Turn it white once you see the darkness. And again, change color, background color of the quarantine sphere, transmitting lurker consciousness and all darkness. AI, subquantum anomaly, the whole shebang. And fourth density. Now from physical, go to non-physical planes quickly. You can move green light from the center outwards, emanating outwards, whatever. Non-physical planes, clearing the light, and boom. Violet or magenta source presence. Same thing with Gaia, fourth density, physical plane, all lurker consciousness and anything dark in between us and galactic family at the conscious physical waiting hour level. Fourth density. Bang. Turn it white. Once you get that vision of that toroidal sphere / torsion field, turn it white. Fourth density, physical plane, Gaia. Again, you can pulse. It's hard to verbalize, so I'll do my best. Imagine like a pulse or a constantly expanding column of green coming out through the center of Gaia and outwards within the white light. You can choose to see it. And fourth density, physical plane gone. Now just hold the white light, clearing all the non-physical planes, etheric, astral, plasma, you know the drill. And holding the intent to remove all forms and types of darkness, namely lurker consciousness, and gone. Leaving magenta or pink, whatever works for you, represents true goddess energy presence essence in the most pristine, cleared form. Back over to the solar system, third density. Physical plane, neighboring quarantine sphere, third density, all lurker consciousness. Let's get it on. What do you see? What do you see denying you third density, physical plane, throughout the solar system? Lurker consciousness. It'll be thicker. It'll be the usual same image, maybe darker because it's third density, lower in the densities. Got it. Turn it white, hold the white light, turn the rest of the quarantine sphere a darker color. Physical plane, third density, lurker consciousness initially. Needless to say, all off-world, high density forces working with us. And increase the brightness of the whiteness. Lurker consciousness throughout the physical plane, third density, all frequencies, and throughout the solar system. Gone. Leave that magenta color there. Move, keep the white light actually for the non-physical planes. Etheric, astral, plasma. Non-physical planes, clearing all lurker consciousness. All non-physical planes, third density. Move green emerald light from the center outwards, emanating outwards, clearing lurker consciousness. The green emerald light is specifically designed for clearing lurker consciousness. Let's make it happen. All right, over to Gaia. Same thing, lurker consciousness. We have 7 minutes left to complete this gallant leading the charge fight for freedom with a capital F. Lurker consciousness, toroidal field, and torsion field heavily infected throughout Gaia of the physical plane. Third density, lurker consciousness primarily, but anything else denying us galactic family contact and reunion. Third density throughout Gaia. Got it. Turn it white. Let's hold. Turn it white. Change the background color of the quarantine sphere to help things along if needed. A lurker consciousness throughout the torsion field and toroidal field of Gaia. Clear the toroidal field and the torsion field of Gaia. Intensify the white light throughout the physical plane, third density. Obviously, all the way through to the physical surface, through your body, the whole shebang. 5 minutes left. We're doing well. All frequencies throughout the physical plane. All forms, types, holes, wormholes, portals, hidden universes, hidden worlds, and temporal bubbles. Quantum subquantum anomaly, not only lurker consciousness. Intensify the white light to the point where nothing can survive of the dark. Persuasion. Intensify the light even more within the quarantine sphere. Physical plane, third density. Quantum subquantum anomaly, lurker consciousness, hidden universes throughout quantum particles within atoms, etc. And now shift focus and intent from the physical plane to all non-physical plane, namely plasma, etheric, and astral planes, different portions, sections, subplanes of them, third density. And move that pulsating green emerald light from the very core of Gaia, like a column that just expands outwards. Move it outwards. Clear the garbage. Completely intolerable. All right. All non-physical planes are done. See the white light. That's just cleared. All the non-physical planes and physical plane of lurker consciousness and anything denying us our freedom and galactic family contact just disappear. Beautiful. I think she felt that. All right. Move light, second and first density down to 0 point, because they're, how can I put it, flat or a line and just less volume, for lack of a better term, because there's no three-dimensional structure to it. Just look at both quarantine spheres. Any darkness when in the second and first density, just move white light, emerald light through them. Second and first density. You know, because second density is just flat. And Gaia as well, second density, flat. All right, nice. First density, just move white light. That's supposedly aligned. All right. Now focus on the solar system quarantine sphere. And from the very center, move light that is clearing and will clear all implant remnants, all darkness and dark consciousness, namely lurker consciousness within the implant remnants, throughout all off-world personnel, throughout their bodies, throughout the solar system. In 1 minute, we're going to start the YouTube video. You can click over to that if you want, or you can just stay here on this platform and follow along the guidance. and go for it. This is an excellent opportunity to really massively jump things forward in a huge way. I'm not kidding. Keep on visualizing outwards emanating white light from the sun going racing through the solar system with such immense force, clearing in-planet remnants with all off-world personnel.
Take a slow, deep breath through your nose. Let it out slowly. And completely let go and forget about linear time, time itself, and everything else. As you take one slow, deep breath through your nose and let it out slowly, completely in the now. Visualize the subquantum event horizon manifesting with all black hole, strangelet, toplet, dark matter, dark energy, and subquantum entanglement dissolve powerfully but gracefully, replaced with a subquantum stable vacuum established across the multiverse. See all of Gaia in between all atoms and molecules and particles, all that empty space. Knowing that all matter, all atoms, particles, all matter of the physical universe were condensed, it would be the size of a baseball. That you could hold inside your hand. That's how empty everything is throughout the physical aspect of the universe. See Gaia as if you were in outer space against a dark violet background, as a very hollow, very translucent sphere, as an empty sphere. All the empty aspects of the third density physical plane and feel the connection with her core, the portal. And you can see it a little bit if it helps. This is third density physical energy frequencies. And see that point of light like a little star within this whole sphere of empty space on the third density physical plane. And now connect with the galactic central sun with a relaxed consciousness using your intent. And repeat after me. Authentic, true, organic source. Please come through the core of Gaia, down to the physical third density level. And fill all empty spaces with your love, energy, presence, command, and peace, and nurturing. Fill all empty space between and within physical atoms, quantum particles, subquantum space, and any unspace. Nil space, null space. And all those currents in between time and space. Fill it all up. And come through in a way that is safe and graceful for me and physical surface humanity. Now see in the middle of this very holographic empty space, holographic Gaia. See the very light, silvery, barely noticeable hue around the edge of Gaia's surface. It's all holographic. And bring in, through the core, a combination of white, blue, pink, magenta, gold, and emerald light, filling up empty space. That at the moment is mostly full of distance and emptiness. Fill up all these empty spaces. Come through the core. And getting bigger, already halfway between the core and the surface. And slowly bring it closer and closer to the surface. And very gracefully, bring this very pink, magenta, gold, emerald, very feminine source energy. You may see around the edge of this growing sphere of pink and magenta and white, authentic golden source light language. It looks like a holographic glittering gold on the outer edge of this expanding pink and magenta sphere. And keep on bringing it through. You can see the point deep in the center, in the core, the bright white portal deep within the center of this expanding magenta, pink, gold-edged sphere. Filling all distance and emptiness in between all atoms, quantum particles, and all the subquantum strata, realms, filling it with actual source nurturing, ever nurturing, ever giving, ever loving. Ever connecting, restoring human to human connections. And now, slowly bring it towards the surface, reaching the bottom of the physical third density crust of the tectonic plates, allowing positive inner Earth civilizations to really activate and fire up their cleansing technologies, pointed towards the surface at a higher level. Now, use your creative power that's natural and divine by projecting an image, a reality of huge conference centers with big round tables, with military and political leaders standing around, with clearly Galactic Confederation, Galactic Central Sun officials, Intergalactic Confederation officials, all standing around large round tables and signing documents busily. Exchanging and signing documents where they're applying very clearly the Galactic Codex on the physical and for the physical surface of this planet and humanity, and triggering the most physically oriented, positive galactic intervention timeline possible. Agreeing for the seizure and arrest of all remaining dark beings. Agreeing on technology transfers that easily are designed to neutralize all negative and destructive technologies and negative and destructive uses of advanced technologies on the surface and underground. The atmosphere is so exciting and electric. You can feel it. They're excited, ready to roll out all of what they have agreed upon in these huge conferences, summits, and meetings. And already planning the days where they do all of this officially for the public, only days away now, ready to roll it out in stages. And now, see, in whatever way works for you, the holographic translucent, silvery boundaries or edge of the physical surface, filling all of empty space in between atoms, subquantum atoms, subquantum particles, and subquantum empty blackness in between spaces outside of time, because space equals time. So by dissolving any distance between quantum particles and filling it with source energy that connects everything together, connects all physical matter together, you remove distance or space between quantum and subquantum particles, restoring source and therefore dissolving time that is an unnatural creation, returning everything back to the now, the singularity, the organic source now. That's what the now moment is, removing distance and space, filling it with source. And now, just move it into the atmosphere and make the pink and magenta and golden outer edge going way up into lower outer Earth orbit, just expanding up and intensifying in a graceful way the pink and magenta outer golden edge well into lower Earth orbit. As source gets its foothold on the physical third density level. Now see stories throughout the internet, all over social media, of UFOs and UAPs and beautiful, amazing, clearly otherworldly spacecraft in beautiful shapes and colors, flying side by side with our military fighter jets. And these images are everywhere. See military intelligence and political leaders of your country making announcements that we have established contact and have been in talks with establishing relationships with non-terrestrials. And the mainstream media, all media going crazy. And then see one night on your phone or on your TV screen or your computer screen, all of a sudden there's a static, sharp interrupt, and you see the image of a human who's clearly not from Earth, saying who they are, their name. And they've been assigned to you to gently introduce you to Galactic society and to liaise with you and to be your mentor, to adjust you to physical reunion with your galactic family, and showing you the interior of their spacecraft. And you hear even more alternative media news and stories and footage of technologies about to be released from classified military programs. and that there were military alliances with extraterrestrial positive groups for many years. And then you see more craft out in the sky. And then you start to see your non-terrestrial brethren standing in front of your house, asking if they can come inside to finally talk, brief you, and prepare you. And now, repeat after me 3 times. I decree and I command physical intervention of the light forces on the surface of this planet now. I decree and I command physical intervention of the light forces on the surface of this planet now. I decree and I command physical intervention of the light forces on the surface of this planet now. Victory of the light.
Yes, indeed. I command and decree physical intervention of the authentic, galactic, and intergalactic light forces on the surface of this planet, here on the physical 3D. We agree and consent to this. We call upon them now. Galactic, intergalactic, and cosmic forces of the authentic, true source light. Contact us now. Intervene here in our waking hours of this physical third density plane at the same level and frequency that you are hearing my voice. It is thus commanded. And well done, everybody. So, well, for the umpteenth time, all that is so proud of you. So proud of us, paying so much attention to us, whether you feel it or not. And I certainly want your experience of what you experienced, anything significant or well worth talking about. Definitely share it on the preferably 144K Telegram chat. Do your best to keep it short and succinct. Even if it wasn't anything that coincided with anything that I verbalized, as long as it's well worth mentioning. I'd love to hear it. And well done, beloved one. Big time. This is like a huge push, a huge successful trigger of the final resolution of physical intervention by authentic, galactic, and intergalactic light forces on the physical third density surface of this planet, and most likely beginning with us. Active starseeds, not even awake and aware. Active starseeds, such as you. We are an hour and 34 minutes into this, and it certainly feels like we achieved the goal, made the most of these huge breakthroughs throughout August in particular. So stay tuned, beloved one. Big time. Feel the love, spread the love, receive the love, really receive it, and not just from me, clearly, from our galactic families and inner earth brethren of the authentic light. Feel that love and receive and answer my salute to you. Well done. Go for a walk or do something enjoyable and walk off with pride and peace of mind. You certainly made a gallant contribution, honoring and respecting your soul, its mission, and who you really are. This is your loving servant, giving you all a big hug. And talk to you soon, beloved ones.